my plane.
He's the Carpenter who built a cinematic empire with a crooked smirk and a heavy right hook. From smuggling droids to outrunning boulders, he defined the modern blockbuster. But which role turned this scruffy nerf herder into the highest-grossing leading man of all time? Welcome back to the Swain Movie Minute, the only place where we dissect the legends without the fluff. I'm your host, and today we are locking in on the man, the myth, the finger-pointing icon, Harrison Ford. We're ranking the top 10 movies that didn't just make money, they built a legend. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 10, American Graffiti, 1973.
Hey man, I'm sorry if I scared you.
You're gonna have to do one hell of a lot more than that to scare me.
Before he was saving the galaxy, he was drag racing through Modesto. Ford plays Bob Falfa, the Stetson-wearing, Chevy-driving rival looking for a race. It's a small role, sure, but listen closely. This is the spark. This movie is crucial because it connected Ford with George Lucas.
Yeah, she's going with me. You take care of yourself, man. Okay, you guys ready?
At the time, Ford was literally working as a carpenter to pay the bills. He showed up, oozed arrogance, and proved he could steal a scene with nothing but a cowboy hat and an attitude problem. It wasn't a lead role, but it put him on the radar of the guys who would eventually hand him the keys to the Millennium Falcon.
Just between you and me.
Killer stat, Ford refused to cut his hair for the role, which is why Bob Falfa wears that hat in every single scene. Stubborn from day one. Next up at number 9, Blade Runner, 1982.
Glitter in the dark near the 10-house gate.
We're jumping ahead to the sci-fi noir that aged like fine wine. Ford plays Rick Deckard, a burnt-out cop hunting synthetic humans in a rain-soaked future. Why is this on the rise list? Because it proved Ford could carry a film that wasn't a fun, popcorn adventure. This was dark, moody, and morally ambiguous. While it flopped at the box office initially, it became a cult masterpiece that cemented Ford's status as the thinking man's action hero. It showed the world that he could do brooding intensity just as well as he could do swashbuckling charm. He wasn't just a movie star, he was an actor willing to get weird.
Do you love me?
I love you.
Do you trust me?
The vibe? It's the movie that proved Ford looks cool even when he's getting beaten up by a guy in spandex shorts. Moving on to number 8, Witness, 1985. Buckle up because we're trading blasters for barn raisings. Ford stars as John Book, a gritty detective hiding out in an Amish community to protect a young murder witness. This is the film that silenced the critics. Up until 1985, people thought, okay, he's great at special effects movies, but can he actually act? Witness was the answer.
I hear you're a carpenter. Well, it's been a while.
It earned him his only Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. It stripped away the sci-fi gadgets and the whips, leaving just Ford and his raw charisma. It expanded his demographic from teenage boys to, well, everyone. Killer stat. The wonderful world dance scene in the barn wasn't scripted. Ford just felt the rhythm, and the director kept the cameras rolling. Sliding in at number 7, Working Girl, 1988.
No business cards. No, you must know so-and-so.
What is this?
No resumes. Let's just meet like human beings.
We're pivoting to the corporate jungle. Ford plays Jack Traynor, an investment banker who gets tangled up in a romantic scheme with Melanie Griffith. This movie was essential for the Harrison Ford brand because it solidified him as a premier romantic lead. We knew he could shoot bad guys, but could he navigate a rom-com without looking awkward? The answer was a resounding yes.
I wouldn't know.
Power to the people.
He brought a grounded, charming, and slightly befuddled energy that played perfectly against the comedy. It proved he could dominate the box office even when the stakes were mergers and acquisitions, not life and death.
See, this is Forbes. It's just your basic article about how you were looking to expand into broadcasting, right? Okay, now.
The Jab. This movie also proved that Harrison Ford is the only man in history who can make changing a shirt in an office look like an Olympic sport. Crashing in at number 6, Patriot Games, 1992. Ford steps into the shoes of Jack Ryan, the CIA analyst created by Tom Clancy. Alec Baldwin played him first, but Ford owned him. This role marked a major transition. Ford was entering his 50s. He wasn't the reckless smuggler anymore. He was the seasoned, suit-wearing father figure who could still throw down if you messed with his family.
Stay close to me.
How are you gonna get away, huh?
Patriot Games established him as the go-to guy for grown-up action thrillers. It opened up a whole new decade of dominance, where he played the reluctant hero forced into violence. Killer stat. Ford liked the character so much he reprised the role immediately in Clear and Present Danger, which made even more money. Hold up, we're halfway through the list. If you're digging this breakdown of Hollywood's grumpiest legend, do me a favor, smash that like button harder than Ford smashes a telephone receiver, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next Swain Movie Minute. Alright, let's get back to the heat. Coming in at number 5, Air Force One, 1997. Get off my plane. You knew it was coming. Ford plays President James Marshall, a combat veteran who has to retake the most secure aircraft in the world from terrorists. This is peak 90s Ford. It's the ultimate authority figure role. By 1997, audiences trusted Harrison Ford so much that we collectively agreed, yeah, if he was president, he could definitely beat up Gary Oldman.
But we are all out of options.
It fueled his stardom by combining his two best traits, the statesman-like gravity of Jack Ryan and the fist-fighting grit of Indiana Jones. It was a massive global hit that proved his name alone could open a blockbuster.
Get off my plane.
The vibe. It's Die Hard on a plane, but with better hair and a nicer suit. Buckle up for number 4, The Fugitive, 1993. Dr. Richard Kimball, a one-armed man. A damn jump. This isn't just a movie, it's a masterclass in pacing. The Fugitive is arguably the best pure action thriller of the 1990s. Why is it so high? Because Ford spends the entire movie desperate, exhausted, and on the run, and you cannot take your eyes off him. He barely has any dialogue for the first hour. This film showcased his unique ability to project intelligence and panic simultaneously. It was a critical darling and a box office monster, proving that Ford was the undisputed king of the thriller. Killer stat. Ford actually tore ligaments in his leg during the filming of the chase scenes and refused surgery until production wrapped, so his limp would look real. That's dedication. Entering the top 3, Star Wars, A New Hope, 1977.
Look, Jabba, next time you want to talk.
The movie that changed the world. He was the pilot, the smuggler, the scoundrel. He was Han Solo. Let's be real, Luke Skywalker was the hero, but Han Solo was the guy you wanted to be. This role took an unknown Carpenter and turned him into an overnight global sensation. It fueled his rise because it established the Ford archetype, the cynical, reluctant hero with a heart of gold.
Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for...
He brought a modern, sarcastic edge to a space opera that could have been cheesy without him. He grounded the fantasy. Without Han Solo, Harrison Ford is just a really good carpenter in Los Angeles.
For my dead body.
The jab. He famously told George Lucas, "You can type this stuff, George, but you sure can't say it." And then he made it sound cool anyway. Next up at number 2, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, 1980.
Mark's not an easy thing to live with. You're a good fighter, Solo. I hate to lose you.
Thank you, General.
If A New Hope introduced him, Empire immortalized him. This is where Han Solo goes from a sidekick to a romantic lead and a tragic hero. Why is this higher than the first one? 2 words. I know. That improvised line in the carbonite freezing scene encapsulates everything that makes Harrison Ford a star. It's arrogant.
There's something out there.
Where?
Outside in the cave.
It's vulnerable, and it's iconic. Empire proved that Ford was the emotional anchor of the biggest franchise in history. It showed he could handle romance, comedy, and impending doom all in the same scene. This movie made sure that even if he was frozen in carbonite, his career was heating up.
Why are they doing this?
You never even asked me any questions.
Killer stat. Ford was the only main cast member who wasn't contractually obligated to return for a 3rd movie, which is exactly why they froze him, just in case he decided not to come back. And finally, coming in at number 1, Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1981.
Traitor, you get your hands off of me!
This is it, the fedora, the whip, the boulder, Indiana Jones. While Star Wars was an ensemble, Raiders was all Ford. This movie proved he could carry a franchise entirely on his own shoulders. It is the perfect marriage of actor and role. Spielberg and Lucas created the character, but Ford gave him a soul. He's brave but gets hurt. He's smart but makes mistakes. Raiders fueled his stardom more than any other film because it gave him a legacy that was entirely his. It showcased his physical comedy, his rugged action chops, and that classic leading man jawline. It turned him from a star into a supernova. It is the definition of adventure, and it cemented Harrison Ford as the greatest action hero of the 20th century.
Let her go.
He didn't just play the part, he lived it. He got dysentery, he got bruised, and he shot the swordsman because he was too tired to fight him. That is movie magic. There you have it. From the streets of Modesto to the Temple of Doom, that is how Harrison Ford conquered Hollywood. He's the guy who proved you don't need superpowers to be a superhero, just a leather jacket and a bad attitude. What's your favorite Ford flick? Did I miss Blade Runner 2049? Are you mad I left out Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you're first in line for the next breakdown. I'm Swain, this is the Movie Minute, and I'll catch you on the next reel.